Brewers hosting the Cubs, and the Cubs are minus 155 on the money line. The Brewers are plus 130. The over-under, 8.5 runs. The Cubs, laying a run and a half on the run line, are plus 110, meaning if you bet them that way, they must win by 2. And the Brewers, getting a run and a half on the run line, are minus 130, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you win. They lose by 1, you win. Steele pitched once against the Brewers earlier this year, 6 shutout innings, and they lost that game 3-1, and he struck out 8 in that game. And I remember that game very vividly because I bet the Cubs in that game, and I was so pissed when they took him out. Now, the Cubs are 5-5 in Steele's last 10 starts or 10 appearances. They've won his last 3. He's averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched and 4.7 strikeouts per game in those games. Hauser pitched once against the Cubs last year. 6 innings, no runs, no earned. They won that game 11-1. He struck out 6. That was in Milwaukee. The Brewers are 6-4 as a team in his last 10 starts. He's averaging 4 1/3 innings pitched and 3 strikeouts per game in those games. Head-to-head, the home team is 5-5. The Brewers are 6-4. The favorite is 5-5 on the money line. The favorite or the underdog getting or laying runs is 5-5. There have been 3 one-run games in their last 10, including the game they played against each other today. The over has hit in their last 3. The over is 5-4-1, and the over-under at 8.5 runs is 5-5. The last time when I picked this game like a schmuck, I took the over in that game. I don't know why, with Steele on the mound. The game they played today, the Cubs won 7-6. The game before that, the Brewers won 8-6. The game before that, the Brewers won 9-5. The game before that, the Brewers won 3-1. And the game before that, the Cubs won 4-0. The Brewers are 3-2 against the Cubs so far this year. The Cubs are 3-7 in their last 10. The over is 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. The over has hit in their last 3 games. And they are 1-3 in their last 4 games. There's been a total of 6 runs, 14 runs, 14 runs, and 13 runs in the Cubs' last 4 games. They were shut out in a loss. Back-to-back games where they scored 6 runs and lost, and then they scored 7 runs in a win today. For the Brewers, they are 7-3 in their last 10. The over is 6-3-1 in their last 10. The over has hit in their last 5 games. There's been a total of 19 runs, 9 runs, 14 runs, and 13 runs. The Brewers are 3-1 in their last 4 games. They scored 11 runs in a win, 6 runs in a win, 8 runs in a win, and then 6 runs in a loss. Every time I say if both of these pitchers are on, it should be a low-scoring game, something happens and the game ends up being a high-scoring game. But I digress. I'm going to take the Cubs with the money line. I'm going to take the Cubs laying the runs, and I'm going to go under. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.